This is the south of Israel, the Negev desert, a barren wasteland spanning more than half of the country. A landscape one might find on the moon. Here was the crossroads of the ancient world. This too is Israel. Today, a visitor can hardly imagine that much of Israel's north was also for centuries desolate and denuded. Springtime, an abundance of flowers. But in the vast wastes of the Negev, a flower is rare indeed. Isolated dwellings, nomads eking out a meager living in the ways of times past. Here and there one finds patches of green, the fruits of the stern pioneering settlements. It was devotion such as this that made the north flourish. But to make of a desert a wholesome place to live, a great deal of devotion by itself may not suffice. The assistance of modern science is necessary. The scientists of Israel are responding to the call. Dr. Hugo and Elisheva Boyko search the wide world for plants that can be made to endure the rigors of desert life. Dr. Tzvi Tabor seeks to harness the energy of the sun for the benefit of men. Professor Michael Even-Ari delves into the methods of the ancient farmers, who knew how to reap the most out of the little that nature provided. The main problem is water. Another team is searching for methods of using the same water over and over again, under the guidance of Dr. Abraham Baniel. There are many faces to the desert. There are many faces to the presence of life there. Trees struggle for existence. Moisture is scarce, and destructive pests are numerous. There is not enough for insects either. The law of the jungle is the law of the desert. Only the strongest survive. Once there were better times. Populations expanded and civilizations flourished. Avdat, the recently unearthed Pompeii of Israel, was in the past a bustling trading center and a prosperous fortress city. Now its ruins tell an enthralling story. Professor Even-Ari, assisted by his wife, undertook to unravel the mysteries of the resourceful Nabateans, who successfully farmed these desolate regions generations ago. Rediscovering how they built reservoirs to conserve rainwater and reconstructing their irrigation dams gave immediate results. Crops have returned to places where it was hardly thought possible anything could grow again. A day of labor comes to an end. Peaceful twilight descends on the Negev. In these modern times, there are still some lessons to be learnt from the past. The present is no less inspiring. In many countries, plants exist in conditions close to those of the Negev desert. Yet removed from one place to another, plants do not adapt themselves to the environment so easily as human beings or animals do. It was a difficult task to find out which could grow on the barren lands of Israel and also be of some use to man. The prospective list of about 200 plants, prepared at the University of Jerusalem by Drs. Hugo and Elisheva Boyko, included the agave cactus, today a well-established citizen of the Negev. A new industry was born. The fibers of the agave cactus provide valuable material for the rope makers and a decent livelihood for settlers who have come from all over the world to rebuild the land of their forefathers. Recent researches have led to the discovery of other uses for the desert plants. They can be of service in the production of pharmaceuticals. Vast open wastes, in which not long ago yellow emptiness was the rule, have changed their color and their character. An immigrant plant helps new immigrants to live on the frontiers of the desert. Many faces to the desert, many faces to the presence of modern civilization there. New roads, high-tension poles, oil tanks. Up-to-date techniques. Without these, man cannot raise his standard of living. But how can modern sources of energy reach sparsely scattered communities where the installation of electric power lines does not pay? No one can disagree that there is a great deal of sun in the desert. Is there not then a way in which the sun could be made to work for man? At the National Physical Laboratory, specially designed mirrors follow the movements of the sun and trap its energy, according to Dr. Tabor's designs. It all works, provided of course that the surface of the mirror is clean. Such cleaning can be done by anyone in a farmer's household, even a youngster. The energy of the sun is then directed to the scientifically developed collectors and heats the water. Merely heating water by sun is commonplace in Israel, but to transform the energy of the sun to steam is a major breakthrough, for steam is a powerful working force for man. Many faces to the desert, many faces to man's presence there, searching the soil for its hidden treasures. The fabulous King Solomon's mines, many centuries dormant, are brought back to working life. Pipes, oil pipes, water pipes. Water is still the main problem. The wheels of industry cannot turn without it. Tremendous quantities of water are needed at each stage of the copper extracting process. And the water once used becomes polluted. Water cannot be imported. The existing quantity dictates the extent of production. Whoever wanted to expand had to find ways of making the most of the given water supply. No one could afford for long to let this endless flow, hundreds of thousands of waste gallons, lose themselves in the desert. By mixing clear water with polluted, the overall pollution was lowered. The same water could be made to work more. It was a step forward, but not far enough. The team of Dr. Baniel, using minerals found nearby, developed a chemical process for purifying the water. The same water is used time and time again. the river of waste in the desert no longer exists. The combined efforts and ingenuity of the scientists and the pioneers have laid the foundations of Eilat, a desert city of tomorrow, where man can find gainful employment and pleasurable surroundings. Greenery and foliage are necessary to a residential area, and many of Eilat's trees and flowers were selected and brought there by Dr. Elisheva Boyko only a few years ago. But each one needs good soil and a regular supply of water. This is a desert cooler. It makes life comfortable even on the hottest and driest days. It uses a great deal of water. Although there is no water shortage here, one still cannot afford to waste it. The same water is used twice. Ingenious utilization of the existing water supply has helped to make the desert green. Tall buildings. Modern hotels surrounded by gardens. Visions made into reality. One cannot speak of Eilat without mentioning the sea. Eilat, the southernmost point of the Negev desert, lies on the shores of the Red Sea. A tourist wonderland, an ideal winter bathing resort. Whenever the thermometer registers below zero in other parts of the world, Eilat can be counted on for all the pleasures of a sunny holiday spot. The newly born tourist industry, based on comfort and the joy of living, bears encouraging witness to what science and humanity can achieve in the desert. Eilat, city of the future, serves as tangible proof of a better future for man, wherever his mind and spirit will work for peace.